Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where the greatest limitation we face isn't necessarily the external challenges we encounter, but the invisible forces within us. These forces are the beliefs we hold deeply embedded assumptions about who we are and what we can achieve. Today, I want to talk to you about a concept I'll refer to as limiting beliefs. Represents the mental cages that keep us bound, holding us in a pattern of thinking that restricts our potential. It's time we explore these beliefs, understand their origin, and break free from them. Limiting beliefs are often invisible forces that govern much of our lives. These are the deep-seated thoughts, assumptions, and convictions we hold, often without realizing it, that shape how we experience the world and ourselves. They are beliefs that tell us what is possible, what we are capable of, and what we deserve in life. Over time, these beliefs become so ingrained in our subconscious mind that they appear to be absolute truths. In reality, however, they are simply learned patterns of thinking that reflect our past experiences, societal conditioning, and internalized judgments. These beliefs can take many forms. Some may manifest as self-doubt, telling us that we are not good enough or that we deserve success. Others may focus on external limitations, such as the belief that the world is unfair or that resources are scarce, preventing us from even trying to achieve our goals. For example, a person might believe that wealth is only for the fortunate few, or that they will never be able to change their life circumstances because of where they came from or the challenges they've faced. What makes limiting beliefs particularly insidious is that they often operate beneath the level of conscious awareness. We don't wake up every day actively thinking about our limitations, yet our actions and decisions are consistently influenced by these beliefs. If someone believes they are not worthy of love or success, they may unconsciously avoid opportunities, sabotage relationships, or resist taking steps toward their goals. These beliefs dictate the choices we make, often leading us into patterns that confirm our self-imposed limitations, creating a cycle that reinforces the belief itself. It is important to understand that these limiting beliefs are not facts. They are merely perceptions that we've formed over time based on our experiences, culture, and the narratives we've internalized from those around us. For example, a child who grows up in an environment where failure is criticized harshly may form the belief that mistakes are unacceptable and that they must be perfect in order to be loved or valued. As that child becomes an adult, the belief that failure is synonymous with worthlessness may persist, even if there is no longer any logical basis for it. Limiting beliefs also shape our identities in profound ways. When we repeatedly reinforce the idea that we are not capable of success or that we are unworthy of happiness, these beliefs become part of how we see ourselves. The longer these beliefs go unchallenged, the more they become embedded in our sense of self, and we begin to operate as though they are truths. This is where the concept of limiting beliefs comes into play. These are the mental and emotional walls we build, often without realizing, to protect ourselves from disappointment or failure. They keep us from expanding into our true potential because they convince us that we are incapable or undeserving of more. One of the most profound aspects of limiting beliefs is their power to keep us stuck in repetitive cycles. We tend to make choices based on the beliefs we hold, even if those choices are harmful or prevent us from moving forward. For instance, someone who believes they are not good enough may avoid opportunities for promotion at work or hesitate to start a new venture fearing they will fail. These repeated choices based on limiting beliefs not only prevent progress, but also reinforce the very beliefs that are holding them back. What makes this even more challenging is that many of these limiting beliefs are deeply unconscious. We are not often aware of them, and they feel like part of our identity. Our thoughts become so automatic that we no longer question whether they are accurate or useful. In fact, the more we think a certain way, the more ingrained the belief becomes in our subconscious. It becomes part of our neural wiring, influencing how we think, feel, and act without us even realizing it. The good news is that limiting beliefs are not permanent. They can be challenged, reframed, and replaced with empowering thoughts that open the door to new possibilities. The key lies in becoming aware of these beliefs in the first place. Once we recognize that we are operating from a place of limitation, we can begin to take conscious steps to reprogram our minds. This requires a willingness to question long-held assumptions and a commitment to creating new thought patterns that align with our true potential. The process of recognizing and overcoming limiting beliefs is not about eliminating all doubts or fears, but about understanding that these beliefs are not truths, they are just stories we have told ourselves based on past experiences. When we realize that we are not defined by these beliefs, we unlock the possibility for growth, transformation, and the realization of our fullest potential. We start to see that the only limits that truly exist are the ones we impose on ourselves, and by breaking free from them, we can create a life that aligns with our deepest aspirations. The mind and body are not separate entities, they are deeply interconnected, with each influencing the other in ways that shape our daily lives. One of the most profound aspects of this connection is how our thoughts and beliefs influence our physical state. When we hold limiting beliefs, particularly those rooted in fear, doubt, or insecurity, the body responds in kind. These mental patterns can create physical manifestations that either hinder our well-being or impede our progress toward our goals. Understanding this mind-body connection is essential for breaking free from the constraints that limiting beliefs impose on us. When we harbor limiting beliefs, especially those that tell us we are not worthy of success or that certain goals are unattainable, these thoughts trigger a cascade of reactions in the body. For instance, the moment we think a thought of fear or inadequacy, our body's stress response is activated. Cortisol, the hormone associated with stress, floods the bloodstream, preparing the body for a fight-or-flight response. In an environment where there is no actual danger, this stress response is often misdirected by the mind's perceived limitations, manifesting as anxiety, tension, and even physical ailments such as headaches, back pain, or digestive issues. These bodily reactions are not just signs of stress, they are signals that the body is responding to the mental patterns formed by our beliefs. Our beliefs become imprinted not just on our thoughts, but also on our bodies. If we continually think thoughts of inadequacy, failure, we may unknowingly hold tension in certain areas of the body. Perhaps it's the shoulders, where we carry the weight of responsibility, or the stomach, where we feel the anxiety of not being good enough. These unconscious patterns create a feedback loop where the body holds the tension, which in turn reinforces the mental state that caused the tension in the first place. This connection between the mind and the body illustrates why changing our thoughts is so important. Our bodies are constantly responding to our mental state. And if we shift our mindset, we can influence the way we physically feel and act. Beyond just emotional and physical tension, limiting beliefs can also have an impact on our health. For example, a person who believes that they will never be able to lose weight may experience feelings of helplessness and frustration, which can lead to overeating, a lack of motivation to exercise, or an unwillingness to care for their body. Over time, these unhealthy behaviors become ingrained as part of the person's routine. The beliefs that they are stuck or incapable create patterns of behavior that reinforce the belief itself, leading to a vicious cycle of negative self-talk and self-destructive actions. On a physiological level, chronic stress and negative thinking can even weaken the immune system, making us more vulnerable to illness and disease. The reverse is also true. When we challenge our limiting beliefs and begin to adopt new, empowering ones, the body responds in a positive way. For instance, imagine someone who has struggled with the belief that they will never be able to achieve their career goals. As they begin to adopt the belief that they are capable and worthy of success, their mental state shifts. This shift in mindset leads to changes in behavior, such as taking more initiative at work, seeking new opportunities, and embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. These behaviors in turn lead to positive results, promotions, new ventures, and a sense of accomplishment, which further reinforce the belief that they are capable of success. In addition to these external changes, the person will likely experience internal changes as well. The stress response diminishes, the body feels more energized, and there is a greater sense of physical well-being as the mind embraces more empowering thoughts. One powerful way to begin shifting these patterns is through practices that promote mindfulness and awareness. Meditation, for example, helps to quiet the mind and allows us to observe our thoughts without judgment. This practice can reveal the subconscious beliefs that are influencing our behaviors and emotions. Once we recognize these limiting beliefs, we can consciously replace them with more empowering ones. As we do so, we may begin to notice changes in our physical state. Our bodies feel lighter, our breathing becomes easier, and we experience a greater sense of relaxation. This mind-body connection is a testament to the power we have to influence our reality. Visualization plays a crucial role in altering both our mindset and our physical state. By vividly imagining a scenario where we have already achieved our desired outcomes, we activate the same neural pathways as if the experience were actually happening. The body responds to these mental images, producing physiological changes that align with the envisioned success. In this way, Our thoughts directly impact our bodies, reinforcing the idea that our internal world shapes our external reality. Understanding the mind-body connection is a vital step in overcoming limiting beliefs and creating lasting change. Our thoughts are not abstract, they are deeply woven into our physical experience. When we begin to recognize the impact that our mental patterns have on our bodies, we can take intentional steps to break free from the limitations we've internalized. The mind holds the key to transforming our physical experience, and by shifting our beliefs, we unlock the power to create a healthier, more vibrant life. Beliefs are not simply random thoughts or fleeting ideas, they are the foundation of how we perceive the world and navigate our lives. Beliefs are powerful filters through which we interpret every experience and interaction. When it comes to limiting beliefs, these are deeply ingrained thought patterns that shape our understanding of what is possible for us. Understanding how beliefs are formed, particularly limiting beliefs, is essential to realizing why they hold such a strong influence over us and why changing them requires conscious effort and awareness. These beliefs often begin in childhood, shaped by our early experiences, our environment, and the messages we receive from those around us. From a young age, we are constantly learning, absorbing information from our families, peers, and society. As children, we do not have the critical thinking skills to distinguish between helpful and harmful messages. Instead, we take in everything, whether it's a parent's encouragement or a teacher's criticism, or perhaps the societal pressures and expectations that surround us. The beliefs that form in these early years often stick with us long into adulthood, affecting how we view ourselves and the world around us. For instance, a child who is constantly told that they are too slow, too shy, or not good enough may begin to internalize those messages. Over time, these external judgments are absorbed into the subconscious, becoming part of their self-identity and influencing the choices they make throughout life. A person who grows up with a belief that they are not smart enough may find it difficult to pursue opportunities for learning or advancement, even when they have the potential to succeed. The process of belief formation is reinforced by repetition. Every time we encounter a situation that aligns with our beliefs, the belief becomes more firmly entrenched. For example, if someone holds a belief that they are destined to fail, each failure they experience strengthens this belief, even if the failure was caused by factors beyond their control. In contrast, if someone believes they are capable and worthy, they are more likely to approach challenges with confidence and resilience, and their successes further validate their empowering beliefs. This is why limiting beliefs can be so insidious. They create a cycle where negative experiences continually confirm and reinforce the limiting beliefs, trapping individuals in a loop of self-doubt and fear. The more they believe in their limitations, the more their actions reflect that belief, which leads to more of the same. Society plays a significant role in shaping our beliefs. Cultural norms, media portrayals, and societal expectations influence what we believe is possible for us. For example, the portrayal of success in the media often centers around material wealth, physical appearance, and public recognition, which can lead to the belief that these are the only forms of success. Those who do not fit this mold may internalize the idea that they are somehow lacking or inferior. Additionally, societal pressures around gender roles, race, and socioeconomic status can create limiting beliefs about what individuals from certain groups can achieve. The messages we receive from society can either empower us or limit us, and unfortunately, many societal messages tend to reinforce the belief that certain goals or achievements are not attainable for everyone. These beliefs also come from the narratives we create about ourselves. Our self-talk, the internal dialogue we have with ourselves, is often shaped by past experiences and external messages. This self-talk can be either empowering or limiting. If we repeatedly tell ourselves that we are not capable, not worthy, or not deserving of success, we reinforce these beliefs and make them our truth. These internalized narratives become so ingrained in our subconscious mind that they shape our perception of reality. For example, if someone believes that they are not good at public speaking, they may avoid opportunities to speak in front of others, further reinforcing the belief that they are not capable of doing so. In this way, the belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more we repeat these limiting thoughts, the more they become part of who we think, we are solidifying the belief that we are incapable of change. The key to transforming these limiting beliefs lies in understanding that they are not inherent truths, they are learned patterns of thinking. These patterns, though powerful, are not permanent. Just as beliefs are formed over time, they can also be unlearned or replaced with new, more empowering ones. The first step in this process is awareness. We need to become conscious of the beliefs that are holding us back and recognize how they influence our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Once we bring these beliefs to light, we can begin to challenge them. We can ask ourselves if these beliefs are truly serving us or if they are limiting our potential. This process of self-inquiry is crucial to breaking free from the constraints of limiting beliefs. The next step is to actively reframe these beliefs. This involves consciously replacing negative, self-limiting thoughts with positive, empowering ones. Repetition is key to this process. The more we repeat empowering beliefs, the more we strengthen new neural pathways in the brain. This is where techniques like affirmations, visualization, and mindfulness can play a critical role. Through consistent practice, we can rewire the brain, creating new, empowering beliefs that align with our true potential. Understanding the science of belief formation provides hope and clarity. Beliefs are not fixed, they are malleable and can be changed. By recognizing that beliefs are learned and not inherent, we give ourselves the power to break free from limiting patterns and replace them with beliefs that empower us to reach our fullest potential. It is through this process of awareness, challenge, and reframing that we can begin to rewrite the stories that have held us back, ultimately creating a new narrative for ourselves, one that reflects our true potential and allows us to live a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment. The subconscious mind holds incredible power over our lives, governing much of our behavior, emotions, and physical experiences. Although we may be unaware of it, up to 95% of our actions, decisions, and reactions are driven by the subconscious. This part of the mind stores memories, beliefs, habits, and instincts, and functions as the hidden force behind many of the choices we make each day. One of the most significant influences the subconscious has is in shaping and reinforcing limiting beliefs which operate beneath our conscious awareness and dictate how we interact with the world around us. These subconscious beliefs are not simply abstract concepts, they become the foundation of our identity and self-perception. From early childhood, we begin to absorb beliefs from our caregivers, culture, and environment. As we grow, these external messages are internalized, often without question. For example, a child who grows up in a family that prioritizes achievement may form a belief that their value is based on success and performance. Conversely, a child who experiences rejection or criticism may develop beliefs that they are not worthy of love or success. These beliefs, although initially formed by external influences, take on a life of their own as they are stored in the subconscious mind and shape future thoughts and behaviors. The real challenge with limiting beliefs is that they often operate outside of our conscious awareness. We may be unaware of the beliefs that are controlling us, and they can be so deeply ingrained that we take them for granted as truths. For example, a person who has internalized the belief that I am not good enough may continually sabotage their own success or avoid opportunities for growth, believing that they are undeserving of better circumstances. These subconscious beliefs can prevent individuals from taking risks or stepping outside their comfort zones, even when logical thinking tells them that they are capable of more. In this way, the subconscious mind often limits the potential for growth as it works relentlessly to maintain the patterns and beliefs it has internalized. These deeply embedded beliefs become self-reinforcing over time. The subconscious mind does not judge the truth of these beliefs, it simply accepts them as facts. When someone holds a limiting belief, their mind starts to filter reality in a way that confirms that belief, seeking evidence to support it. If you believe that you are destined to fail, your mind will focus on instances where you didn't succeed or found obstacles, reinforcing the idea that failure is inevitable. Similarly, if you believe that you are unworthy, you may avoid opportunities for success or unconsciously choose situations where you feel rejected or inadequate. This creates a vicious cycle in which the subconscious mind perpetuates the limiting belief by constantly providing evidence that it is true. The subconscious mind is not an immovable entity, it is capable of change and adaptation. While the beliefs stored within it are powerful, they are not fixed. The key to breaking free from these limiting beliefs is understanding that the subconscious is highly responsive to new information and repetition. Just as old beliefs were formed through repeated experiences, new beliefs can be cultivated in the same way. This process requires conscious effort and consistency, but it is possible to retrain the subconscious mind to align with empowering beliefs that reflect our true potential. One effective way to access and change the subconscious mind is through practices such as meditation, visualization, and mindfulness. Meditation allows us to quiet the mind and become more aware of the thoughts and beliefs running beneath the surface. In this calm, focused state, we can more easily identify the limiting beliefs that are holding us back. Visualization, on the other hand, involves vividly imagining a desired outcome or reality. When we visualize success, happiness, or growth, the subconscious mind begins to accept these new possibilities as part of our identity. It is a powerful way to reprogram the mind by presenting it with new, positive experiences that challenge the old limiting beliefs. Another effective tool for reshaping the subconscious mind is affirmations. By repeating positive statements about ourselves and our abilities, we can gradually get beliefs with empowering ones. For example, if someone has a deep-seated belief that they are incapable of achieving their goals, they can use affirmations such as "I am worthy of success" or "I am capable of overcoming challenges." Over time, these repeated affirmations begin to create new neural pathways in the brain, reinforcing the new belief and diminishing the power of the old one. It is also important to understand that while the subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, it can be reconditioned with patience and persistence. This process is not instantaneous. It requires a commitment to consistently challenge the limiting beliefs and replace them with beliefs that support growth and success. As the new beliefs take hold in the subconscious mind, they begin to influence the way we think, feel, and act. Our behavior begins to shift in alignment with these new beliefs, and the subconscious no longer holds us back in the same way. The subconscious mind is like a vast, untapped reservoir of potential. It can be a source of great strength and transformation, but only if we consciously choose to reprogram it. By identifying and challenging the limiting beliefs that reside within the subconscious, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and growth. The key lies in recognizing that these beliefs are not permanent. They are simply learned patterns that can be unlearned and replaced with empowering ones. By taking the time to nurture new beliefs, we can shift our mindset, overcome obstacles, and begin to live in alignment with our true potential. The power to transform our lives is within us, and it all starts by understanding and reprogramming the subconscious mind. The process of recognizing and overcoming limiting beliefs is not a quick or easy one, but it is the gateway to lasting personal transformation. Limiting beliefs, which are deeply ingrained thought patterns, often prevent us from realizing our full potential. These beliefs are not truths, but rather perceptions or assumptions we have internalized over time based on our experiences, societal conditioning, and influences from others. Understanding that limiting beliefs can be unlearned and replaced is the first crucial step in breaking free from their hold and creating a new path forward. The first step in overcoming limiting beliefs is awareness. Most of the time, we are not even aware that we are operating under these beliefs. They are deeply embedded in our subconscious, running on autopilot in the background of our minds. For example, we may not consciously think about the belief that we are not good enough or that we don't deserve success, yet these thoughts influence our actions and decisions every day. Becoming aware of these beliefs is essential because it allows us to confront them head-on. This is the moment when we can start questioning whether the beliefs we hold are actually true or if they are simply false narratives we have created based on past experiences. This process of becoming aware requires introspection. It often involves looking back at the past and identifying the moments when these limiting beliefs took root. Was there a specific event, comment, or experience that led to the belief? Perhaps a teacher once said that you weren't good at math, and that comment stuck with you, leading to the belief that you're simply not good with numbers. Maybe you experienced a painful breakup or rejection, and you now hold the belief that you are unlovable. These beliefs often arise from isolated incidents, but can become generalized over time, shaping our identity and how we approach future situations. By identifying where these beliefs came from, we can begin to detach from them, recognizing that they were created by our experiences and are not permanent or unchangeable truths. Once we become aware of these limiting beliefs, the next step is to question their validity. Are they based on facts, or are they merely interpretations of past events? For example, the belief that I am not worthy of success might have formed because of a past failure or a lack of support from others, but failure is not an indication of worthiness. It's simply a learning experience. By challenging the validity of these beliefs, we begin to loosen their grip. We might ask ourselves, is this belief still serving me? Is it true, or is it based on outdated information or a false assumption? More often than not, the answer will be that the belief is no longer relevant or true. However, it is still important to give ourselves permission to question it, because without doing so, we will remain tethered to it, acting in ways that confirm the limiting belief. Once we've questioned the validity of our limiting beliefs, the next step is reframing them. This is the process of transforming the negative, self-limiting thought into something more empowering and supportive. Reframing is not about denying the challenges or struggles we've faced, but about shifting our perspective and seeing those challenges as opportunities for growth. For example, if someone holds the belief that I will never be good enough, reframing that belief might involve adopting a new thought like I am constantly growing and evolving, or I have the power to change and improve. Reframing allows us to change the lens through which we view ourselves and our potential. When we see ourselves in a more positive, empowered light, we begin to make different choices and take actions that align with this new perspective. Reframing takes practice. It is a conscious effort to replace old thoughts with new, more supportive ones. This is where the power of repetition comes in. The more we repeat the reframed belief, the more it becomes integrated into our subconscious mind. Our neural pathways begin to shift, and we start to see and respond to the world through the lens of our new belief. This is where techniques like affirmations, visualization, and meditation come into play. By consistently reinforcing positive thoughts and visualizing ourselves succeeding, we begin to rewire our brains, creating new neural pathways that support the empowering beliefs we want to adopt. Another crucial aspect of overcoming limiting beliefs is taking aligned action. It's one thing to recognize and reframe our beliefs, but it's another to actually live in alignment with those new beliefs. Taking action is a powerful way to reinforce the new beliefs and prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we initially thought. For example, if someone has the limiting belief that they are not capable of running a marathon, the act of signing up for a race and training for it is an example of aligned action. As they train, they build confidence and prove to themselves that they are capable of achieving their goals. The key here is that the action must be in alignment with the new belief. The more we take action toward our goals, the more we prove to ourselves that our new beliefs are true. It is important to note that overcoming limiting beliefs is not a linear process. It requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. There may be moments when old beliefs resurface, and that's okay. The process of transforming these beliefs is ongoing, and it's natural for old patterns to reemerge as we continue to evolve. What matters is that we remain committed to the process, stay aware of the limiting beliefs when they arise, and continue to take action toward the life we want to create. With time, the new beliefs become more ingrained, and the old ones lose their power over us. Overcoming limiting beliefs is about empowerment. It is about recognizing that we are not defined by our past experiences or the beliefs we have held for years. We are not the sum of our failures, our rejections, or the messages we received from others. By becoming aware of our limiting beliefs, questioning their validity, reframing them, and taking aligned action, we unlock our true potential. We realize that we are capable of far more than we previously thought, and we can begin to create a life that aligns with our deepest aspirations. The journey may be challenging, but it is one that leads to greater freedom, fulfillment, and personal growth. Overcoming limiting beliefs is a deeply personal and transformative journey, and it is critical to recognize that our thoughts, perceptions, and emotions are not permanent. By understanding the impermanence of beliefs, we begin to realize that we are not defined by the limiting thoughts that have shaped us in the past. Limiting beliefs are merely habitual thought patterns that have been reinforced over time, but they are not fixed or unchangeable truths. This insight is the cornerstone of personal growth because it empowers us to break free from the constraints these beliefs impose on us and open ourselves to new possibilities. The first step in breaking free from limiting beliefs is acknowledging their presence. Many people live their lives unaware of the internal beliefs that hold them back. These beliefs are often subconscious, acting as filters through which we view the world and ourselves. For example, someone who believes they are not good enough may struggle with feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and a lack of confidence in their abilities. These beliefs can be so deeply embedded that they dictate our behaviors without us even realizing it. However, once we recognize that these beliefs are not truths but simply mental patterns, we begin to take the first step toward overcoming them. Awareness allows us to identify these beliefs and see them for what they are: thoughts that have been learned and internalized but are not permanent. This awareness is essential because it offers a crucial shift in perspective. Rather than seeing ourselves as helpless victims of our circumstances, we begin to realize that we have the ability to change the way we think. Limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences, particularly those in childhood, where we may have been told we were not good enough or that certain dreams were out of reach. These formative experiences shape the way we perceive our capabilities and worth. However, as we grow and evolve, we are no longer bound by those early experiences. When we recognize that our beliefs were shaped by external influences, we gain the freedom to choose new, empowering beliefs that reflect our true potential. The next step in breaking free from limiting beliefs is challenging their validity. This is where we start to question whether the belief we hold is based on objective truth or if it is merely an interpretation of past experiences. For example, if someone holds the belief that they will never succeed because of a past failure, it's important to realize that failure is not an indicator of a person's worth or potential. In fact, failure is often a stepping stone toward success, offering valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. By questioning the belief that failure defines us, we can begin to see it from a new perspective. We can ask ourselves, what did I learn from that experience? And how can I grow from this? This questioning process is key to breaking the grip of limiting beliefs and replacing them with more empowering thoughts. Once we have challenged the validity of our limiting beliefs, the next step is reframing them. Reframing involves replacing negative, self-limiting thoughts with new, more empowering ones. For instance, the belief I'm not good enough can be reframed to I am capable, and I have the power to grow and improve. Reframing does not deny the reality of challenges or setbacks, rather it shifts our perspective to one of possibility and empowerment. It acknowledges that setbacks are part of the journey, but they do not define who we are or what we can achieve. Reframing allows us to see ourselves and our experiences through a new lens, one that is focused on growth, resilience, and opportunity. In order to make reframing effective, it is important to practice it consistently. Just as limiting beliefs were formed through repetition, new empowering beliefs must also be reinforced through consistent practice. One of the most powerful tools for reinforcing new beliefs is affirmation. Affirmations are positive statements that affirm the new beliefs we want to adopt. By repeating these affirmations daily, we begin to reprogram our subconscious mind to accept these new beliefs as truth. This process helps to overwrite the old, limiting beliefs with ones that support our growth and success. It is also important to pair affirmations with visualization. By vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals and embodying the beliefs we want to adopt, we strengthen the neural pathways that align with these new beliefs. Visualization activates the same brain regions as if we were actually experiencing the success, helping to reinforce the belief that it is not only possible but already a part of our reality. Alongside these mental exercises, it is essential to take aligned action. Change is not just about thinking differently, it's also about behaving differently. Taking consistent, small steps toward our goals reinforces our new beliefs and demonstrates to ourselves that we are capable of achieving our desires. If we hold the belief that we are not capable of speaking in public, for example, taking the action to practice speaking in front of a mirror or with a small group of trusted friends helps to solidify the new belief that we can indeed be confident public speakers. Each step taken toward a goal is proof that the old belief no longer holds the same power over us. It is through action that our new beliefs begin to manifest in the real world. As we continue to challenge and reframe our limiting beliefs, we must also practice self-compassion. Change is not always easy, and there will be moments when old patterns resurface. When this happens, it is important not to judge ourselves harshly. Overcoming limiting beliefs is a process, and setbacks are simply opportunities for growth. Self-compassion allows us to acknowledge the challenges we face without condemning ourselves, which creates a supportive environment for change. It is also important to remember that transformation takes time. The more we practice awareness, reframing, and aligned action, the more ingrained our new beliefs will become. With persistence, patience, and self-compassion, we can gradually shift from limiting beliefs to beliefs that empower us to live in alignment with our true potential. The key to overcoming limiting beliefs lies in understanding that they are not fixed or unchangeable. Beliefs are learned patterns of thought that can be unlearned and replaced with new ones. By becoming aware of our limiting beliefs, challenging their validity, reframing them, and taking consistent action, we create space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. This process is transformative. It allows us to step into a life of greater possibility, one in which we are no longer bound by the limitations of our past, but are free to create the future we desire. In conclusion, the journey of overcoming limiting beliefs is one of profound self-discovery and transformation. These beliefs, often ingrained in our subconscious, are not truths but learned patterns from past experiences, external influences, and societal conditioning. Recognizing that these beliefs are not fixed opens up the possibility of change and growth. By becoming aware of the limiting beliefs that have been shaping our lives, questioning their validity, reframing them with empowering alternatives, and taking aligned action, we can begin to shift the trajectory of our lives toward greater possibility and success. It's important to remember that change is a gradual process. It requires patience, self-compassion, and consistency. Each step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to the person we are meant to be, someone who is no longer defined by past failures, societal expectations, or self-imposed limitations. As we reprogram our minds and replace old beliefs with new, empowering ones, we create a reality that reflects our true potential. The power to transform our lives lies within us, and it begins with a conscious choice to challenge and release the beliefs that no longer serve us. By overcoming limiting beliefs, we unlock the door to endless possibilities and allow ourselves to live with greater freedom, purpose, and confidence. We are not defined by our past or the beliefs we once held, but by our ability to adapt, grow, and choose new paths. This journey is not only about achieving external success, but about becoming the best version of ourselves, fully capable of realizing our dreams and aspirations. The future is not determined by our old beliefs, but by the new, empowering ones we choose to embrace today.